Hello, 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 hello. How is everyone doing? Alright, so today we are doing just a little bit different. And we are, oops, I did not update that, y'all. I'm so sorry. I need to update that. But we are presenting in the Craft Go event. Hey there, Miss Krista. Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. So, as most of you may know, I'm on the Guided Creation. Hey there, Miss Kimberly. I'm on the Guided Creations design team. And so every month we do an event called Craft Go. And so I'll be working with some of those elements. Plus, I'm going to be featuring some printables that will be coming out for Template Thursday as part of their Dandelion subscription. It's $5 a month over on Ko-Fi, and these are printables that you cannot get like on Etsy or anything. They're specific to the Ko-Fi subscription. And so every Thursday they present this. So I'm going to be working with this new template. We shall see how I do. Okay, hopefully I do Miss Cynthia justice. So we shall see. We shall see. Okay. Make sure I get myself out on the Telegram as well. There we go. I always forget to do the Telegram for whatever crazy reason. Okay, so welcome in. Welcome to my craft area. Welcome to the Crafty Fox Den. If you have not been here before, please say hi. I would love to. And if you are a returning friend, then say hi as well, because I would love to welcome you back in. Okay, today I'm going, like I said, I'm going to be working with a new set. And so these ones right here are the ones from, and here's the template. Here's the template that we're going to be working with. So fold the flipper along the dotted lines. Glue the center of the thin band to the short end of the flipper. We shall see how I do. We shall see how I do. Let's see if I can follow instructions. How about that? And then I know that Miss Cynthia will be obviously showing it as well. Now she's the creator of this, so she definitely knows what she's doing. I'm just guesstimating and reading along with y'all. You're interested in the virtual retreat. Yes, thank you for popping in. You must have been over at with our friend Miss Jamie. So on July 30th through the through August 2nd is when I will be over in Oklahoma for my retreat. So there is an in-person, there's still I still have 2 spots available for in-person. But if you cannot make it, hey my sweet Susan, and you would like to join us virtually, there's 2 options. There's the option that will include a shipped kit. So you are going to get the same kit that I am putting together for the in-person ladies. And that is $95. And that does include your shipping. And if you would like to just come learn the techniques, use your stash, you know, but be part of the private group, and all the things, then that one is $35. Now in the kit, so Miss Cynthia from Guided Creations, she is creating a beautiful inspired kit for me for our event. Okay, I reached out to her and I was like, hey, so I have this idea, can you put a kit together for us? So she is going to have a base kit, and that one will be available to y'all. That one will be available to everybody. But there's going to be some special elements that are only available to the to those who get the kit. So whether in person or virtually, because I will be printing those and sending them to you. Now, I don't know, I'm using my presentation paper, the one that's kind of like a linen paper. I don't know if it's the best thing for this option that we're doing here, but for the template, but it's what I had in my printer and I didn't think about it when I printed it. So we're going to do the best that we can. Okay. You're going to get your pre-cut chipboard pieces to make the base, which is your cover, right? And if you guys give me a second, I'll actually pull out the cover that is the inspiration of what we will be creating. I actually posted a picture of the junk journal that I did for the Battle of the Junk Journal last year, which is my Gate version. Hey, Miss Kelly Cat! Hello there, Miss Deborah. How are you? Welcome in, Vera Lynn. Hello, hello to everybody. And now I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So you're gonna be getting everything to create that journal, okay? And you will I will teach you how to build this together. You will get the fabric that you will get fabric for your cover. You will get the pieces. You will get additional paper pack, which will include vintage pages from books, hymnal pages, some ledger pages, just like a nice, you know, all of that. To sign up, send me a message, and once I've gotten your payment, I will actually include you into the we have a chat group going on Facebook right now, and we also have the what's it called, private Facebook group. So I will add you to all of that. Alright, let me show you here. So this is what a Gate journal looks like, okay? Now this is dark themed. So this is not what, you guys are not doing the dark theme. Hello there, dear. How are you? How are you doing, Miss Giselle? So this is the Gate style journal that I came up with for that Battle of the Junk Journal that we did last year, that I did last year. I actually put, this is very basic. It's not like all juiced up like the one that I did. But this is the basic concept, okay? Now we're going to be doing a beautiful garden theme. So think of this gate is going to not be dark, but it's going to look like you're looking into a garden, okay? So Miss Cynthia's already sent me a first draft of the of some printables, so I'm going to be working and actually putting together, so hopefully next time I'm talking about it I can actually show you guys what the cover is, you know, gonna be like. So you're gonna get all the stuff that you need, including the hardware, all of the stuff to make the journal. It opens up this way, okay, so it opens up like a gate. Alright, I'm going to show you how to build this. You're going to get all of the metal findings. I'm going to show you how to do the, and actually, Miss Jamie was just doing this style of binding earlier, on her, which I call it a travel journal style. So, can you do that like that for mine? Oh, you want the gate style for your steampunk one? It might be a little bit more just because there's a little bit more material, but yes, I can do it. Maybe like $5 more. Hey, Miss Carla, how are you, my friend? It's okay, sweetie. I'm glad that you just popped in, even if it's to say hi. Alright, so I've got my instructions here. Fingers crossed that this girl can follow instructions, okay? I'm normally a rebel and don't follow instructions, but I'm going to do my best because I'm trying to do this for Miss Cynthia because it is her template. So we'll see how I do. We shall see how I do. Okay. So I cut out all the pieces. Been a crazy day, I could only imagine. I could only imagine. Hey there, Miss Susan. How are you? So I'm excited. We already have several. Like I said, we only have 2 spaces left for in person. Yes, for the steampunk fair. Yeah, it would actually look pretty good. Hello there, Lainey. Welcome in. Welcome in. But yeah, so you'll get the fabric to cover the your it's gonna match. I've already ordered the fabric. It's super pretty. And like I said, Miss Cynthia's been working really hard. We've been going back and forth about what we're gonna be doing. It's just it's gorgeous. It's gonna be so pretty. Okay. So glue, waterfall here. Okay, well first we need to start folding because it says fold the flipper along the dotted line. So we're going to try to fold the flipper along the dotted lines. But yeah, so you're going to get the printed extras that are exclusive to the retreat. Miss Cynthia is going to provide us a special code so that you guys can print off your digitals. So you'll have access to the base kit. And then you'll get from me the special add-ons. You'll get all of your metal findings, you'll get all of the extra things, plus, you know, I'll go live. Yes, I know. I was like, woo! I was super excited. So, I'm ecstatic to say the least. I'm ecstatic to say the least. And one of those spaces may already be filled. I need to double check my messages. It's Monday, y'all. So if y'all don't know, Mondays is the only day that I teach in person. I am a school teacher. I teach home-schooled children math and Spanish and fine arts. And Monday is the day that we go in person. So Mondays is crazy hectic for me. So it normally doesn't, by the time I come home, honestly, I'm exhausted. I lay down, and at this point, usually I'm getting up, you know, starting my evening, but I'm still kind of like trying to relax. Okay, so if this is going like this, and this is my band, that's not gonna work. It has to be, because these are the pieces that go here. That much I know. So fold the flipper along the dotted lines. Check. Glue the center of the thin band, to the short end of the flipper. Like this. I know it is a Monday. Miss Cynthia, I'm so glad that you're in here, because because to me, glue the squared side of the waterfall to the thin pieces. Yes, I got that. Falling toward the short end. Yes. Step 4, fold the short end of the flipper over the long edge. Hello there, Ribbon Branch Crafts. Welcome in, friend. I am trying to follow a template, y'all. And this, guys, I never follow directions. So I am trying my very best to do this for you, Miss Cynthia. I am trying. Fold the short end. Well, that's the long end. So fold the short end of the flipper over the long end. Fold it over the long end of the bands together around so I understand the whole this goes around it, but then how am I so I'm just, if this is glued here, I can't pull that. Flip over the other way. Flip it over the other way. Like that. Because then if that's glued like this, you need to be shown. I hear you. That is what I'm trying to figure out. See, I am trying to do this with y'all. Okay? Now Miss Cynthia's gonna do it, and then of course it's her template, so she's gonna do perfect. Like I've done waterfalls before. And you have to have it to where you can bring it to you. That much I know. Hey there, Miss Jamie. Right? So if I'm pulling this, it's supposed to flip towards me. But don't pull that far. Okay. So if you know what, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this down just so that I can... Thank you, Miss Kelly. I figured I want to do this like this first, and then I'm going to transfer to the pretty papers before I mess up the pretty papers. Yes, Miss Jamie is an expert. That is true. Because if the short side is that way, and these are glued, when I go to pull, then they'll fall this way. Or when I push it upward, they're supposed to like tuck backwards. Right? Is that what you're trying to do with it? So, let's do this. Fold it. Glue the center of the band. I'm going to glue the center of the band here. Once I have a visual, y'all, then I normally just go and do my own thing. Yeah, because this is the template that will be coming. This is the template for Thursday. For template Thursday. And Miss Cynthia was like, do you want to play with it? I'm like, sure, I'll play with it. Do I know what I'm doing? Probably not, but I will definitely attempt it. Look, this is called We Learn Together. Okay? Alright, so then it says glue the squared pieces to the thin fold flaps. Got that there. So we are going, thank you for sprinkling me out. I am going to do this. I'm going to say that this is the side that would have a cute image. Okay? Y'all, this is normally how I work through the designs of my journals. They're trial and error. And then, then we perfect things. Okay. Now, Miss Cynthia, if this is the design side, am I gluing it with the design facing me, or am I gluing it with the design facing down? That's what I need to know. Because then it might make more sense to me. Yeah. Oh. You can do it too, Miss Kimberly. That's how you learn. Cause do I still have it around here? Y'all, we did a, where did I move it already? We did a spiral one without the template. I don't know where I put it now, but that was pretty cool. Okay, so Miss Cynthia, I am following the steps. Glue the square side to, but is my square that I'm gluing down, is the image facing me or is the image facing where I'm gluing? That's what I need to know. Okay, well then I'm just going to do it like that. So I'm going to do it like as if the image is facing me. We shall play with this. And then I will cut out my pretty papers. So, one thing I do know is that you do kind of need to leave just a little bit of space right there so that it can fold. Now I'm going to do the next one. Alright. And there's two more. I bet you also like story problems. I do like story problems. I use them a lot when I'm trying to explain problems to my students. So I have kiddos that constantly tell me, why do I need to learn algebra? And I'm like, well, if you are trying to figure out a problem, and I'm like, they're like, well, I'm never going to use it in my life. I'm like, yes, you are. The thing about it is that it's not going to be written out like an algebra, formula. It's going to be in a word problem in an everyday life scenario. And then they're like, oh. I'm like, y'all, I use it all the time when I'm trying to figure out, price per unit or things of that nature. Hello there, Miss Molly from VA. How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. I am doing my best to follow instructions. Yes. And it has a square edges. Yes. I understood that part. My thing was when I go to add this part, okay, is the printed side facing up when I cut the template, or is it downward? That's what I was kind of trying to figure out. Okay, now that I have all that glued, falling toward the short end. Okay, yeah. Okay, glue the square side. I got that to the thin folds. Got that. Following toward the short end of flip. Yes, got that. They're falling down towards the short end. I totally got that part. Fold the short ends. The short end of the flipper over the long edge and glue the ends of the band together around the long end. Okay, and do this around the long end like that. I am following instructions, I promise, Mommy. But yeah, anytime I ever, even adults are like, I don't know why my kid has to learn algebra. It's not like he's ever gonna use it in life. I'm like, yeah, yes he will. I'm like, you use it every day. You don't realize it, but you do. Okay, and I glue them. The image is up. Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out. Okay, fold the short end of the flipper over. I did that. Glue the ends of the band over the long. Do not glue the band ends to the long. I didn't. I left it open. I left it open. See that? It's not actually attached to anything. Okay, so then now if I go to glue this down, I think I did something wrong here because I can't flip it. Now I know I totally did not do something right, because if I pull on this, I am not going to get anything. And if I turn this around, then what am I pulling on? Yeah, I think I did that part wrong. Because what we want is that we want this to move like this. So if I have this, right, if this is glued down, if this part is glued down, yeah, that needs to be just a tad bit longer. That's okay. We'll make it work. Alright. Now that I quote-unquote know what I'm doing, we're going to use the papers. Okay? So, let me... Now I'm going to deconstruct this just for the sake of using my I should have used removable glue, but it'll be alright. Okay, so I want one of each of these little papers here, because I like them. So I'm just going to draw like that. That way I know where I am cutting each one of these. I need 4 of them. So we're going to come in here and cut these. I like how this looks over here, so we're going to move this one over this way. Okay. And get my scissors, my skizzers. Somebody was afraid of my skizzers the other day. He said they were really big. And I explained that that's what I'm used to. I've always grown up around full-size scissors. We didn't do the kitty scissors growing up. I know, right? Miss Cynthia is so talented when it comes to doing her kits. And y'all, let me tell you, this steampunk garden kit that she's doing, y'all, it's amazing. It is amazing. And y'all know me, I love steampunk. So but yeah, these woodland themes are so cute. And then she made some adorable little animals. I'm going to show you guys here in a second again the animals that come with the, so this printable, the template, and the animal are some of the exclusive ones that you get with her Ko-Fi membership. Guys, it's only $5 a month, and you get exclusives that are not part of any Etsy kit or anything like that, which I think is really cool. Okie dokie. Lemon smoky. Okay. Come here. Alright. So we're gonna round the... He's the mastermind. You like to dress him up. Look, you are truly blessed with how involved Mr. David is. Like, really, truly. Gare will help me with, like, the technical stuff. Give him a computer or a problem to solve, and he's happy. But anything that has to do with the actual, like, artistic side of something, that is not him. And you know what? That is a-okay. He puts up with my craziness. So, we'll cut him some slack, right? Okay, let me... Now I think tomorrow I'll be back on working with the same kit. I can't remember if I'm in an event tomorrow or not. Yes, I know, I'm terrible. Alright, so coming back to this part. Now we're going to attach the pretty cards on. So you can put it facing upward. Alright. And then we'll do the next one as well. Yes, I am. Yes, ma'am. I'm just taking the extra papers off, just because it'll make it easier for this round. Next time, you guys know, you go ahead and take the template and cut your paper off, whatever design you want. And add it. Oh, 10. I go on at 10. So, on Tuesdays on Whatnot, I do a craft and chat. And, so if you guys are on Whatnot, maybe you guys can come and join me. Miss Kimberly has asked me to make her a journal, and she would like to see me do it live, so I told her I can do it there, because that'll be fun. And that way she gets to see me create her journal for her. And then I can't wait to see what she's going to do as far as the decorating of it and everything when she gets it. Okay, so we got all of that. Now, because the part to pull is a little short, we're gonna have to like ingenuity it, but that's fine. I'm gonna add this into my Smash book, and this is not gonna go to waste. I am saving all of my paper scraps to make handmade papers. So any paper that I have been cutting, I have a new we'll add ya right in here. Okay, and because we need this part to move, okay, the only thing that you're gonna glue is the actual band, this part, because that has to stay there, and then you pull on that. Okay, so this is the only thing that you're supposed to glue down. Yes, exactly. So you have to have this. Alright, this has to be not stuck to the thing. And then this has to be glued to that so that we can pull on this piece here. This piece here has to be able to pull, okay, to make things move. So make sure you don't get any glue on anything. Well, and if you guys ever need to come and rewatch me fumbling through this template, you know that you can watch the replays on, they stay on the YouTube, okay? Alright, so, now the piece to pull is a little on the short side, right, which is this piece here. So I am actually going to give it a tab. I'm going to use some of this extra paper that we have here. Where did my scissors go to? They're over here. You need the waterfall template. Follow Guided Creation Journals. She does a lot with like the templates and things. So make sure that you give her a follow. Plus, she's always teaching things. And she always has tons of freebies on her page. She's super talented. And then every month she hosts a Craft Go event, which is where you play bingo with us. Okay. Where you play a crafty bingo with us, presenters. So definitely, see, I'm going to take just a strip of some of this cute decorative leftover paper. Oh, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I can't be without my printer. Well, for one, like, I've got to print all my students' worksheets and stuff out. And then, you know, with the amount of paper crafting that I do. So I've actually gotten the Epson EcoTank. Epson has a program called ReadyPrint, where they send you essentially lease the printer from them, and they'll send you the printer and you can then you can print, and they'll send you ink whenever they notice that you're running low. So I already had an Epson before, so I really liked it, and I was debating having to buy one, and then I saw that they had that program and I was like, ooh, that's perfect. So, and then if you have issues with the printer or whatever, they'll troubleshoot it, and if they can't troubleshoot it, they'll send you a new one. And I need that flexibility, because I cannot not have a printer. Okay, and I do want my edges to be rounded. I should have done this before, but it's okay. This little tiny corner punch, which I got at the Hobby Lobby, is perfect for all the little nooks and crannies whenever needed. Of course, when I can actually do stuff properly. Okay. So now let's try this out before I go to decorating. Okay, so this tab here we're not touching. It was the bottom the bottom piece. So now I can pull, right? And then, and if you make your base out of something maybe a little less flimsy, so maybe like a cardstock, it'll be a lot easier as far as, you know, when you want to go to pushing it back on. So, how'd I do? I think I did decent for being somewhat a mess. And then she included a cute little fox for me. I love the fox. I was like, you don't have a foxy? And she's like, no, I do have a foxy. I was like, okay, good. Don't get me wrong. The bunny is adorable. The squirrels, you know, the little raccoon. The bird, of course. Well, it looks more... I guess he's a bird, not an owl. And remember, when you're fussy cutting, just, you know, usually you move your paper, but in this case, I'm kind of moving my scissors a little bit more. Yay! Awesome! And if you guys have not seen my Smash book before, this is just an old book that I had, decorated the cover, and then I have removed some of the pages so it doesn't get like super thick. But then I go in and I decorate pages. And it's an easy way to do a journal, especially if you are not comfortable with building your own albums yet. And it's also a great way to repurpose something that would probably otherwise end up, you know, in our landfill. So, and you can do it also with board books. You know, like if you have a child who had, you know, left you with a very messed up board book and you're like, well, I can't even donate that. Turn it into a Smash book. Cover it up. It'll be fine. It'll be a-okay. Of course, you know, before you glue things on, you could totally ink everything up beforehand and, you know, all those things. But I wanted to make sure that I got a functioning waterfall for you guys to see. And I'll probably end up making another one. I'll use this as a template, and I'll do another one to go into my spring Easter journal that I have going. Yeah, of course. Gladly. I will gladly do that. Yeah, I am currently working on the construction of my next mixed media style cover for the new battle of this year. So I'm working on that. Yeah, exactly. Take the instructions and add them in here so that you remember what you did. Exactly, Miss Carla. Exactly. So we could totally add him up here. And then that way, when we go to fold, he would flip with it. So that's one way to do it. Or you can put him at the bottom, and then he's like the hidden piece that pops up at the end. I might do that. He might be the little secret piece. I don't want to hide him though. Really? That's so cool, Miss Verlin. That is actually an amazing idea to do. He's adorable, isn't he? He is absolutely adorable. I love the aesthetic that Miss Cynthia uses for her stuff. Like, if it's not the dark, then this is the type of aesthetic that I like the cutesy. But it's not like super bright and in your face, because I definitely don't like. Ooh, I think I put too much glue. I didn't need glue up on his ears, because that part's gonna kind of stick out. So, alright, I'm just gonna let him dry because I kind of added too much glue. What I am gonna do, since all of that needs to dry anyways before I flip it again, is I'm gonna go ahead and add my glossy accent to the eyes, because you guys know we've got to have shiny, lifelike eyes, especially with such a cutie patootie like this guy. Miss Cynthia, are you going to be coming on after me? I didn't pay attention if you had already come on. I know Miss Jamie was working on her Candyland book. I think it was last year, or was it the year before that, that we did Candyland for the Memoredex event. Miss Cynthia created these cute Candyland themed items for us to craft with. So I love me my glossy accent. If you don't know what it is a mixed media medium that essentially dries hard and clear like resin without it being resin. And I love to use it on eyes, glasses, and wings. It gives it extra dimension. So, see that right there? So right now it's a little it's just a tad bit murky, but when it goes to dry, it's gonna dry completely clear, like this piece right here, shiny, clear, and hard. I do use it to make charms and stuff with as well. And like Miss Carla said, I am going to add, and you guys, it's funny because I do like little notes. Ah, dang it. Okay. So I'll be adding those also into my Smash book. Well, that sucks. FB's been putting people on timeout lately a lot. I don't know what the heck is going on with that. Do we know if she's gonna come on after me? Because I'm not sure. She said she would either be on before or after. But I know before me, Deb was on. So I don't know if Miss Cynthia already went on for the day or if she plans to come on tonight. Me don't know. Okay, so I am going to put just a little bit of this over here to darken, because of the fact that if not, it's going to look like the wording of the book and it's going to be confusing. So you see how I darkened it? Yeah, Miss Cynthia, I was just wondering if you were coming on after me or not. Yo, did I not just have my ink pad? Okay. I hope it does. 'Cause that's just ridiculous. I don't know what's going on lately, but... Well, guys, if you are not following my friend Cynthia from Guided Creations, please go give her a follow. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. She is an amazing creator and artist, and she is very talented in many ways. Alright, so I'm going to glue my steps down here. As a reminder of what I did. I don't want to deal with trying to get my glue to work, so I'm just gonna use the tape. And this is just double-sided tape, if anybody's wondering. It's the permanent kind, not the removable kind. So it will hopefully hold my instructions in there for me. Okay. And so here is our cutie patootie. Again, I can't pull it because I need that to dry. It's got to cure. But that's what I did yesterday. And I've just been adding stuff in there. I did do this cute tab there too. So, alright, I'm going to set this aside. Let me show my gate again. So this is the gate. Okay. So you've got your back piece. You've got two spines. Okay, so there's papers that are going to come on both ends with a gate. And then the way it opens this way. Alright, and these papers slide in. So, I mean, I made it to where you can add and remove papers without having to, you know, because if you sew them in, then you know, that's it. You sew them in, that's it. You know, you really don't want to have to unsew something. But that's what a gate looks like. With the papers in, it doesn't sink in, obviously, but it does. So, yeah. Alright, so that's what a gate journal looks like. Hopefully that makes sense. And so I did include a picture of the one that I did for the Battle of the Junk Journal. It is actually in the events. If you go on my page under events, you'll see the retreat information. I think if you are starting, you're better off at first working with something a little more traditional. Right? So something that opens up like this, you know, something a little bit more traditional. that is my idea. But this is what I'm going to teach you guys to do. The only difference is instead of being a dark theme, it's going to be the cute garden steampunk that we're going to be doing. So, yes, and I will be teaching you guys to do that. So, yeah, I hope you guys like the idea. And, like I said, I'm currently constructing a new journal. So this is my spring journal that I'm working on. I added some lace there. I showed Miss Cynthia. And, so tomorrow I'll hop on if nobody else is on before 10, and we'll do a waterfall to go into this one. Okay. Yeah, just for starting off, I would say, you know, stick to a traditional one, and then as you advance, of course, you know, play with it, have fun with it, go wild, you know. Journals have no rules. That's the thing about junk journaling. It's your art on paper. Whether that paper is an album that you've constructed, or it's a book that you have gutted, or, you know, I mean, anything. I mean, composition notebooks, you know, are another type of smash book that you can do. Glue books, a glue journal, where literally all you do is glue things in, or put stickers in. You know, experiment with the things that you love. And that's why I like my smash book, because it doesn't follow a theme. You know, it's got everything in it. It's just whatever I like, or if I'm trying something, or, you know, I want to show you guys something. There's no, oh, I have to stick to a spring theme or a steampunk theme, or, you know. And it's a good way to explore and figure out what you like. So consider that also as a way to free yourself when you come. And honestly, all of us, you know, whether you're beginning, middle, end, anywhere in between, advanced, expert, however you want to call it, you know, we all need to have an outlet where we just let the creativity flow. And, you know, because if not, we stifle ourselves. And that is, like I said, that's one of the reasons why I do love a smash book. But your journal at the same time, a junk journal, there's no rules, guys. There isn't. You know? It's just most people tend, you know, if you do a journal, you tend to stick to like a specific theme. But other than that, what you add into it or don't add into it is up to you. Well, I'm going to let y'all go. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Miss Cynthia can hop on. And if not, I will see you guys tomorrow. For sure, I will be on Craft and Chat on Whatnot. If you guys are following me over there, come hang out with me. I'm going to see what everybody is doing tomorrow for the craft go. And if I can squeeze it in, I will be on. So, I love you guys, and have a wonderful evening. If nothing else, I will for sure see you guys on Wednesday for the Tease Paper Crafting Friends event. We will be starting at noon. So come and hang out with us, because we have presenters all day, and that's going to be fun. They got to use paper in their crafts. So I love it. Alright guys, have a wonderful evening. If you've got questions about the retreat, or about a project, or about anything, you guys can always message me, okay? So have a lovely evening. Ciao.